Hey, it's me, and welcome to MAFIA. Now, it greatly pains me to have to talk about this cocaine dwarf. You know who I'm talking about? This Shrek-looking Trojan horse from Zion, Spandex Bones, who did not only jump the shark, he is now truly exposing himself as a shield for the left. Now, it's often that you get the left, they're attacking Bernie Sanders and that Octavio woman, whatever her name is. And it's like they're having a civil war. And they see Alex Jones as a troublemaker, a liberal, who is in exile. And this fat dwarf is desperately trying to get back in favor with the liberals. Hence, he's attacking President Trump and his daughter. And he's totally exposed now. Even the Q people are exposing this shill. But I predicted this, of course. And President Trump knew about this loser, even in early 2017, as well as Sloppy Steve. These people are made of the same rotten wood. And that is to say, President Trump knew that these people were not only part-time Trump supporters, they were part of Operation Zulu, as I called it, Rule 13, 1-3 of the Alinsky rules. Yes, I'm saying Spandex Bones is using an Alinsky rule and helping liberals to isolate President Trump and demonize everybody that is working with him, especially, of course, Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner, because that is Rule 13, 1-3. Which is really to isolate the target, that is President Trump. And so midterms are coming up, so Spandex Bones is going into overdrive to attack President Trump and to help Democrats in the midterms. He's fully exposed. Now, anyone who still listens to Spandex Bones is part of the left. You're helping the left. And I see that's quite a lot of people. And it's very sad because some of these people are saying he's a hero. But Trey Gowdy, Bourbon Bannon, Spandex Bones, these people are operators for the left. It's very clever how they planted these people in the conservative movement or the Trump movement when really they're shills. And of course some of us noticed that a long time ago, even in 2017, as did President Trump. So he gave up protecting these clowns because, honestly, a lot of liberals, they don't like Spandex Bones because just like he betrays Trump, he betrays liberals as well. So he's kind of like on his own, and that's fine. I mean, this is a fat dwarf that doesn't have any friends. Spandex Bones doesn't have any friends. He has to buy them and give them vitamins, and he himself, I don't know the detail, but it looks to me like he's always high on coke or meth. I mean, this guy, he's like a chemical accident and a biological mutation. This guy looks like he came straight out of Middle Earth, right? Is he a goblin? Is he an orc? I don't know. Is he Shrek? I just don't know. But I do know that this guy has been fooling a lot of Trump supporters, and Trump supporters have been fooling themselves listening to this charlatan. I mean, he's even worse than Glenn Beck, because Glenn Beck, it's pretty obvious that he's a complete nutcase. With Alex Jones, okay, it's also very obvious that he's a nutcase, but people really thought that maybe he's on our side, even though he's always coming out with liberal talking points, anti-police, anti-military. And every single time, this guy is siding with Iran for some reason. And it's kind of weird because he's also pro-Israel. And it begs the question, when you have somebody like that, is it really that he's a whore? I mean, the site is called Nympho Whores. Is Spandex Bones such a nympho whore that he will take money from anyone, especially now? So what happened is Apple, Facebook, YouTube, they said, we don't want this clown breaking our rules and getting away with it. Everybody has to respect the rules, even someone like Spandex Bones. Now, Spandex Bones thought he doesn't have to follow the TOS on any website. Well, he found out that he's not above the law. He has to respect the TOS of these websites, just like people have to respect the TOS when they go to his website. So it's kind of hypocritical how Spandex Bones is deleting people from his website because they broke a TOS, but then he complains when he gets kicked off of websites because he broke their TOS. It's not about freedom of speech. It's not like he's in jail. In fact, the guy is there with his own website, and it's not even about freedom of speech or politics. This guy's business is selling vitamins. Why don't people get that? The millions he earns, it's because of selling vitamins. It's not about politics. This guy's all over the map. You can tell he has no convictions, and that is because he will attract anyone, because you can sell vitamins to anyone. He doesn't care if he's selling vitamins to liberals or socialists or Bernie people or Q people or Trump supporters, as long as he's selling vitamins. So he will turn like the wind. He will flip and flop. Imagine this fat whale flipping and flopping. Jabba the Hutt at Nympho Whore, Spandex Bones, a pathetic loser. How can you be such a whiny loser? And what kind of a douche do you need to be to make Marco Rubio look like a tough guy? I mean, he really he really embarrassed himself, and a lot of people were saying, wow, I didn't know Spandex Bones was such a loser. Well, now you know. And yes, instead of attacking liberals for banning him, as he says, he's attacking the Trump administration. Trump didn't ban this guy, but yet he's attacking the GOP and the Trump administration. And that tells you all that you need to know about Spandex Bones, the eternal loser. And so, as I mentioned in my 3 slobs video, the 3 slobs being Glenn Beck, Bourbon Bannon, and Spandex Bones, these people pander to the left, they rush to the left as soon as their bottom line has a problem. You had Glenn Beck rushing to the Facebook headquarters, looking into the eyes of Mark Zuckerberg, telling everybody that Mark Zuckerberg's a real man. And you have Bourbon Bannon rushing to the left, MSNBC, and he was there trying to headline some liberal festival, a New Yorker festival, and luckily he was rejected at the end because some of those psychotic liberals didn't want to show up if Bourbon Bannon was going to be there, which makes perfect sense. But you always have this element on the left, and they're using these Trojan horses, but sometimes these Trojan horses are so good and so deep undercover that even liberals don't get it. So they're really trying to give a comeback to Glenn Beck, also Bourbon Bannon, and now also Spandex Bones, because these social media companies, they don't necessarily operate the way the Democratic Party wants them to, because otherwise all of these websites would have been deleted earlier. But it is true that you have the left still using Spandex Bones, and they're afraid to go after Ivanka. Even Robert Mueller is afraid to go after Ivanka. So a very desperate Spandex Bones is now doing it on behalf of the left. And the left has deniability, right? Because he's a right-wing conservative, and they all hate Spandex Bones. But I know better. They're not fooling me, and they're not fooling Trump. So there is no change, because really Spandex Bones has been attacking Ivanka in 2017 along with Bourbon Bannon, and all of the minions, like some of these Twitter queens, which, by the way, I took a closer look at Mike Cernovich and all of these people, the Twitter crowd, and, they have many followers and they help each other. But what kind of a pathetic subculture do those people have going on there? It's not real Trump support. These people have like a little social group of their own, and they're hooking up offline, and it's so bizarre, really. So I don't really see that as news. I see it as, people that really live on Twitter. But besides that, you had even the gateway pundit attacking Ivanka all the time because, that Jim Hoft is always trying to suck up the Bourbon Bannon and Spandex Bones and Matraj. It's so sad. It really is so sad. But these attacks on Ivanka Trump is something that the left has been wanting to do, and they tried and they fail, but most of them are really afraid to do it. I'm talking about Democrat leaders, and they know that Trump will not forgive, and he will go hardcore if somebody's going after Ivanka Trump, his favorite offspring. I mean, she's the one that won the Hunger Games at the Trump family headquarters, right? Survival of the fittest. She was the smartest, the toughest, and so don't underestimate Ivanka Trump, and of course don't underestimate Donald Trump, because I know that if Spandex Bones continues this liberal jihad on Ivanka Trump and President Trump himself, he's going to suffer even more. Because I'm telling you right now, if you're all high on cocaine or meth, like I suspect that guy is, you can't think straight. I mean, the guy lost his mind. Next he's going to, microwave his nutsack to hopefully, I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, he's going to do something crazy, right? That was hilarious. Microwave his nutsack. Okay, so anyway, he's going to do something that is so insane, he is just going to get in more trouble, and he has all these defamation lawsuits. Only one of them has to succeed, and the guy will go bankrupt, because, now he doesn't even have his marketing platforms for his vitamin business, so he's going to end up having to go to fairs, right? And you have all these liberals there selling organic tea or whatnot, and then there's a stand there, Life Force 3000, and there's a fat guy sitting there in the booth, and it's Spandex Bones. Hey, weren't you that dwarf that was on YouTube?
Hey, all right.